Feeder Sketchers, this is Beck with the Museum of Life and Science in Durham, North Carolina. And today I'm creating a quick video to show you how best to light your sketches when you take a picture of them so that we can see as best as possible what you've drawn. I'm going to use 3 different lamps, which may be kind of like the lamps and lighting options that you have in your home. If there's another style that you have that you're particularly challenged by, please let me know in the forum, and I will try to figure out how best to light in that condition. I guess everyone might have a sunny window that they could also use, which could be another option. So here's the sketch that I'm going to take a picture of. It is one of my drawing to see activities of the pine tree. I will post what this picture looks like in all the different versions of photos that I take today. And you may have a digital camera or a smartphone. I have a smartphone that I'm going to be using to take the picture, but it doesn't really matter as long as you pay attention to a few quick tips. I think that the pictures will turn out better than if you just kind of snap one in low lighting from far away. And also, if you do have an iPhone, there's an app called JotNot, and it's particularly good for taking photos. So I'm going to take a couple of these photos with JotNot and a couple with just the regular camera so that you can see the difference. So the first light that I'm going to use is my very favorite, Start with Best, and it is just one of these desk lamps that bend and maneuver very easily. And I like this because depending on the lighting conditions of the room, maybe it's at night, maybe it's in the morning, you can use whatever lighting conditions you have to make it better. So for this sort of thing, there are a couple points I want to get across. Light close if you can, and also snap your photo close if you can. So here I'm only about 6 or 8 inches away from the photo. Instead of, kind of like doing this or some sort of angle, we want to get the camera as level to the ground as possible, parallel to the ground as possible. We want to get it as close while still retaining focus. Focus is more important than close. So if you have a camera that doesn't automatically focus, you might want to pull back a little. You also may want to use your macro setting on your camera if you have something like that. It generally looks like a picture of a flower is what the macro icon generally looks like. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that this is very different and this is very different than this. And the reason why is because your camera is going to make a shadow, which is going to make it harder to see the picture, and especially if you're using JotNot, it's going to be harder to get that clean black and white picture that JotNot is so good at. So you want to light from the opposite direction than you take your picture. Okay, so here's this picture. I'm going to be using JotNot. I'm about this close, and on an iPhone, if you tap the screen while you're taking a picture, it will focus on wherever you tap. So that's also something that I typically do, just to make sure that it gets that focus. And I'm also trying my best to keep the camera stable so that I'm not shaking or anything like that when I take the picture. So that's picture 1 and light 1. This is light 2, and this is probably something that everybody has. This light is not particularly bright, and it's got this lampshade and all that kind of stuff. So this is something that you may have in your home, and I'm going to use a regular camera app for this so you can see. So this would be most likely. So a couple things to do here. I can't get the light bulb close to the picture like I could with this other lamp. Let's see, the other one. But what I'll do is I'm going to get it as close to the light source as possible. So I'm not going to take the picture out here. I'm going to take it as close as I can, right here. And I'm going to get, remembering to stay level, I'm going to kind of get up in here, get as close as I can without creating a shadow. And I'm going to take the picture. So a couple things to remember is if you're way up here, it's going to be harder to see your sketch. But get as much as you can, as close as you can. If I get really close like this, I'm going to create a shadow. So it's just this sort of vertical distance where I'm not creating a shadow because of the lampshade. I'm not too far away, so I'll still be able to see the sketch. And I still get a good kind of light balance of white and black. Another thing that will help for those of you who can do it is to sketch with pen. Pencil sketches are a little harder to pick up that contrast. And the last lighting option is just window light. I'll take this away. So if you're using just natural light from the window, I have some windows right here, you want to obviously, just like we did with this light, put your camera in the opposite direction of the light, so right here, and you want the light from the window to not be blocked by your body or by the camera. So we would go here and take a picture as close as possible while still retaining focus and without blocking the light. So those are the three options. An ideal lamp, another ideal lamp, just for grins, is like a lamp like this where you can angle the light so that the picture is impossible to create shadow. Typical lamp that you might have in your living room, and then just window light. Those are the ways to light your photo, and Jotnot is one of the best apps to use to try to do it, but a regular digital camera works as well. Thanks a lot for your time.